Hello everybody, thank you for watching my YouTube videos. I really appreciate it. I'm on X, formerly Twitter as well, branching out to educate people. Thank you very much. Tonight I had a great discussion with a family member, and I've recently written a short essay on information propaganda and the history of that. I'd just like to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, tonight in Melbourne, sunny summer Australia. It's summer and it's a happy new year to everybody. God bless, peace out. I'll get to the point and educate. I'm educating myself. I'm surprised the amount of mental stress and that it takes to study and learn new things. Like as they say, you learn new things every day, don't you? In this world. Now this world is full of information. It probably always has been for hundreds and thousands of years. People telling stories as cavemen, the Stone Age, throughout the ages, to the Romans, to the Christian Bible, stories. And these stories are just periods of information, the status of information and data collection, and especially with the internet in the 21st century, and the way we communicate with websites and social media influencers and politicians telling lies and how they communicate with information propaganda, and especially the mainstream media, which is propaganda anyway, and that's a lot of information. So it's basically call it a name, information propaganda. Information propaganda is seemingly everywhere in the world, on planet Earth, throughout the universe and the multiverse, probably. Quantum theory, and the word quantum meaning quantity, which comes from the word quantum, quantity, numbers, meaning numbers and measuring things with mathematics, and numbers as statistics and data and information. And all this information and statistics and data can be turned into brainwashing propaganda. It seems like it's everywhere throughout human history and even the animal kingdom. The way our brains work as human beings and animals, the way our brains work is quite simple. We pass on information constantly, day and night, throughout the brain of animals and humans. We pass on this information through our neural synapses, like energy and electricity in the brain, interpreting the environment that we're in, the world around us, our inner thoughts, our external discussions and talk, and the internal and external aspects of thought processes, thinking patterns, talking to people. Everybody's different, and there's 8 billion people in the world, particularly humans. Talking about humans, there's 8 billion of us, and we all communicate and connect these days digitally. And digitally is just all that it is just information. And that's what the internet is, and the mainstream media is propaganda, information propaganda, sorry, if you want to phrase it correctly. So, all this information we receive, it's an input. Think of it like an electrical impulse, or an atom, the size of an atom. Every atom and everything's made of atoms. It is transferred. Energy and electricity can only be transferred, not destroyed. And this can be turned into knowledge, information, data points, statistics about individuals and groups. And this can be used against people. Fear-mongering, mainstream media, politicians lying, fear-mongering, information propaganda, brainwashing the masses into submission. Now, this concept of what I'm talking about this whole video is AI, artificial intelligence. We seem to make robots these days and digital ChatGPT-4, digital programs, software of information, artificial intelligence, AI. Now, that's all in the 21st century. We've discovered this technology and shared it around and made it, and in the future it'll probably get worse, to be honest, this AI and robots taking control of a lot of aspects of human life, like jobs and the wars and the army, and the human aspect of creating a master race, like an AI godlike figures of AI. I believe, to get to the point, I believe that AI, artificial intelligence, already exists. Our brains as humans in particular, our brains work like computers. And this is what AI is, just computer programs transferring information and energy and electricity through hardware and software. Just basically put it the transfer of information from point A to point B, one point to the next, and interpreting the data points of information and turning them into statistics. This information would be turned into statistics, analyzing the statistics information, and then transferring it on into knowledge, of transferring it from individual to individual, whether it's the third eye or telepathy or talking to someone in real life. And influence and information are pretty similar concepts, almost the same really. So people controlling society and the systems that we have of communication, jobs, energy infrastructure, and data points and statistics. Data points and statistics is the way society progresses and invents new technologies to create better lives for people, the rich get richer and the poor get a bit wealthier somewhat, improving humanity's livelihood. This is all done through information and passing on information. Keyword there, the information is passed on from one point to the next, point A to point B, all the way to X, all the way through to X, Y, Z, and information is seemingly infinite in the universe. Everything is made of atoms, and everything has an action and reaction, and a yin and yang sort of aspect. So it's like each one revolving around the other, and information is passed on and processed and analysed through these processes of the brain, the human brain, thinking of something first, and then passing it on to another human being with our knowledge and information. And this can be seen as propaganda. I believe that everything really is just propaganda. The propaganda meaning the way we influence other things from ourselves, great influence over others. And this is the way the information is passed on through life and the universe and existence itself. We learn new things constantly. We always need stimulation of the brain and the body, so the physical and psychological stimulation of information, like people going to the gym are just repetitively passing on information that they do repetitions and sets, repeating gym work and working on their physical aspects of their body, its strengths and weaknesses. And this is the way the human brain works as well, passing on information constantly with stimulus, stimulating the mind through new thoughts and ideas and knowledge. But this knowledge and ideas, they call everything information, as we live in the information age, currently in the 21st century on planet Earth. The information age is just knowledge and ideas, and the human brain, as I said, billions upon billions of individual human brain. There's billions of atoms and neural synapses, which are like sparks of electricity, the neurosynapses of the brain, thinking of new ideas and ways to survive and adapt by constantly stimulating and stimulus, using new information to improve ourselves. And this information helps the course of evolution. We get better every day, as some say. We learn new things every day. Some get better, some get not as better, but we learn new things constantly. And we're constantly feeding our physical and psychological self. We're constantly feeding it. Our brains in particular, we're feeding the brains information. Whatever social media, news, Hollywood movies, talking to people, philosophy, getting drunk, talking shit, thinking new ideas. All this is information, and this is how the brain works as us humans, humanity. So you could think of the brain, the human brain, as a bit like a computer. The human brain could work like a computer already. And AI are computers. So this is why I believe that AI already exists, because we have become so used to information propaganda everywhere in society and the universe. Information propaganda is everywhere. We've become so used to it, and we're knowledgeable for that, and we're better off sometimes through ideas and sharing ideas and knowledge. Basically, I'll finish this video off, and thank you for listening. I think we've gone too far towards the future of creating new technology and building and inventing new technology of AI. We're already as smart as we can be with a collective society of information, that we have knowledge and ideas, a great aspect of knowledge and ideas to share with each other to create a better world and a better life for the rich and the poor alike, and everyone in between, in the middle. We can create such a better life and existence and society with all the information we have gathered so far. And so there's no need for artificial intelligence AI robots, which are physical machines. But for somewhat, as we as human beings are obviously biologically physical flesh and bone, but our brains work a lot like AI computers, passing on one bit of information to the next through the pathways of the synapses in the brain, like electricity. So we pass on a lot of information constantly as individuals and groups and societies constantly all the time. Like it's forever evolving humanity. And this is all this is just information propaganda basically. So we've already had these fed into us with the current day and age of social media and mainstream news and Hollywood propaganda. That's a lot of information to take in for any individual or group. But we've had these instincts of learning and creating, evolving, evolution, Darwinism. We've had these instincts of learning information since the Stone Age, since the caveman. So we're always constantly evolving, and we have the same instincts as our ancestors in the Stone Age thousands of years ago, which is like teaching and other people how to learn and create new things, technologies, ways to survive on your own or with a group. Just by the fact we survive, we're passing on information just by that fact and teaching each other. This has got a lot to do with the education system at the moment. The education system in all societies, in systems forever, hundreds and thousands of years, the education system has just been about information propaganda. And another sinister, evil word for that is called the word indoctrination. So that's massive influence, like fear-mongering of the mainstream media, for example. This education system of indoctrination is a massive influence towards young people and their minds that are just developing new ways to evolve and grow up. So we're brainwashing our kids and we're brainwashing ourselves as adults. But remember, it's always been like this way, and we're always, whether rich or poor, good, bad, ugly, there's a lot of different people. Everybody's different in the world, 8 billion of us. But we're all just trying to teach each other, basically, as education and information. Like a computer teaches itself to evolve, we evolve as teaching each other and ourselves. We teach each other through information and education. This is a fact of life, and everything in the universe works like this, like with the universal duality of the positive and negative. And there's positive and negative information, good, bad, ugly, good and evil. So be careful what you read, be careful what you watch, do your own research. If you want to get down to the facts of what's going on in the world, sometimes this crazy world in the 21st century is unbelievable, with all the politicians lying and the poverty and wars, but really it's just a deceptive game, like a lot of deception. That's what propaganda is, information propaganda. It's deception, really. Trying to fearmonger, for example, like the mainstream media. So just be careful of what information you process and intake. Have control of your thoughts, the mind and body continuum, space-time continuum, and beware of negative information out there in the world. There's a lot of fear-mongering with information propaganda, like AI creates, for example. I'll give you an example of fear-mongering in AI and information propaganda. Hollywood can use CGI, computer-generated images. Hollywood can use CGI to create horror movies, violent movies, and this is fear-mongering. This is very bad for us as our healthy human being. anyone really and everyone. So the information propaganda is a lot of fear mongering, and nonetheless, information is information and it's everywhere. We're always working, we're always ticking away in our brains and bodies and thinking in our brains like computers, like AI already. So, take care, people. Thanks for watching. Peace out.